Mitch from PickDogs.com. It is Friday the 13th, August 13th, 2021, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We were just bullshitting behind the curtain here, and that's why we ended up taking so long. We could have been on the air easily 20 minutes ago, but you guys know once I get talking, man, I get all passionate about it, depending on what we're talking about. We're talking about the company, so I'm like super passionate about it, and it's like probably wasted a ton of time. That happens. But we got 14 Major League Baseball games. We got 3 NFL preseason games. And so last night in Iowa, man, it couldn't have been a more exciting finish. I really love the setting of the game, and I love the whole concept of the game. Really hated the Kevin Costner speech. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one in the world that like just hated it. You know, it's like, is this heaven? I can't hear you one more time. It's like, what is, basically that's what he was saying. And it's just like, come on, man. It's a baseball game. It's a regular season baseball game. And Joe Buck is acting like, oh, people are going to remember this. And it's like, yeah, and I remember the Yes concert in 8th grade. Man, I was on acid, but I remember it, and it's like, I remember my first Kiss concert, right? But it's not like, it's a baseball game. Yeah. It's a cool event, and more than likely they're going to butcher it and make like several games like this a year, and every team's going to get to play in it, and it's going to be like a rotating thing, right? And they're going to have other places where they're going to play these type of games.
No, I'm going to remember the reason why that corn was standing up straight. The story of that, there was a big 2-day storm 2 days before that hit, and all the corn fell over, and they've got 1,100 sticks, and they zip tied all that corn up 2 days before the game was actually played. Guys were out there in the cornfield making sure that the corn was standing up straight. Otherwise, it would have been all destroyed and falling over. So that's what I'm going to remember.
See, people think working with me is a crappy job. You could be zipping ears of corn up with zip
ears of corn. 1,100 sticks you're holding, pushing it in the ground, and zip tying corn up.
It's like they hire Ruffalo. It's like
that's a good job for Ruffalo.
Yeah, Ruffalo's like 2 hours into it. It's like he gets the buzzer on his cell phone. It's like, Chris, you're eating more corn than you're tying. That's weird, right? It's
the stuff you don't see behind the camera.
Yeah, so I've been pretty good this week about getting the show onto. I didn't put Friday on here. I gotta change this. But I've been pretty good about getting the show onto iTunes and to Spotify. So if you're on the fly and you want to listen to the show on the fly, you can always listen to us on iTunes and Spotify. I actually was contacted by 2 people that found our show on Spotify this past week. So, man, I probably left a lot of money on the table by not doing it as religiously, But anyways, I have no idea what those people want. But anyways, we got 14 today. We got the 3 preseason games. So what we saw last night in preseason was Mac Jones is not bad, but he's kind of a check down guy. Right? It's like he didn't really do anything spectacular, but maybe that's what they're looking for. I don't know. Tom Brady really doesn't do a lot like that, but now he's become more of a downfield precision passer. But early in his career, he certainly wasn't. Yeah, I did the dog of the day on TikTok yesterday, and I'm going to start doing it every day on there. TikToking. That's what I do. That's right.
Well, that's all they did. That's what the Patriots do, though. The last couple of years, they've had ever since Brady left, they've had to just do here. Don't do too much, and don't lose the ball. Basically, just hold on to that ball and don't lose it. And very systematic. They just go through things, and they know nothing crazy. But then, in NFL, who is going crazy, right? Are you really whooping open the playbook and doing like split passes and jet screens running around? No, it's pretty vanilla football.
So Steven Montez was 17-24 last night. I mean, this guy, I don't think he completed 17 passes at Colorado in his entire career there. You know,
it's he looked okay. I thought.
Yeah, no, he was way better than he'd ever been at Colorado. It was amazing. I mean, not good enough, but
it didn't have anything to do with the outcome because it would have been a loser either way. But that play in the end zone at the end for the 2-point conversion, the guy secured the catch inbounds and then fell out and then fell out. And as he was going out, the ball was ripped out, but he had already secured his feet. And to me, it looked like a good 2-point conversion, and the game should have been tied. But I would have lost regardless because I had a -2. But just I couldn't understand what they were looking at.
Right? His knees were definitely down there. His knees were down. How are we going to see that all year? That's going to be tough, man. Yeah, he secured it. Both his knees were down. It's a catch and a 2-point conversion. We got to see that all year. That'll be rough. Like, really? We're still debating whether that's a catch or not? Like, come on.
So
awful.
So Joe Flacco, right? Joe Flacco gets a 79-yarder, right? So now it's the worst case scenario for Eagle fans because he's got this number on his stat sheet. So now they believe he's a viable option to be on this roster. It's a disaster. I mean, you're hoping for, you're hoping for like a 1 of 9 performance with like, maybe, a little bit of an injury there, to, not to like permanently damage him or anything. Maybe, knock him out for a few weeks and get somebody else, who might help your football team in there. But no such luck. But the second half, it was all Steelers in that one. All Steelers.
In my calculations, I didn't know that Nick Mullins, I thought he was hurt for the game. I thought we'd see Flacco for, 3/4 of the game. I was embarrassed for my Eagles player.
Well,
I didn't think Nick Mullins would see the field yesterday.
Haskins, 16-22 for 161 yards and a TD.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really hate Mason Rudolph. Can't stand him. Is there a bigger stiff out there? Like Mason Rudolph? What a stiff that guy is.
Yeah, there's bigger stiffs.
Like who? Are we going to see one tonight in Detroit?
Well, actually, both the Detroit Lions quarterbacks look like big stiffs, but that doesn't mean that they're not to play necessarily. But there are bigger stiffs out there. What about Trubisky's a pretty big stiff.
So Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts 3 of 7 for 54 yards.
Yeah, I thought he'd be in longer. I don't get it.
Why? The first preseason?
Well, because supposedly they were going to keep the starters in longer to learn the new system that the offensive scheme.
No. Lies. All media lies.
So I thought Hurts would play most of the first half, and then Flacco would pretty much, with Mullins being hurt, would play the bulk of the game. But boy, I was way off.
Yeah, preseason, they're not starting. They play one drive, if that. If they even play at all. They're not fooling me again with that. Get it. They're going to play a whole half. No, they're not.
Quez Watkins was the star.
That's what happens in a lot of these preseason.
Did you know Geico could save you hundreds on...
People you never heard of step up. Well, yeah, they were trying to make a roster.
Of course.
Money to make
There's not a lot of spots, and that's what we see in tonight's games. When we look at tonight's games, we see teams with, some with a lot of roster, spots, and some with not so much. So the thing with this Quez Watkins, I'm watching this play again here. I think the actual throw is about 2.5 feet. I'll give him maybe. How far do you think this pass is, Brian? That he on the touchdown, the Quez Watkins 79-yarder, which are the bulk of Flacco's stats. I don't know.
Flacco's a backup quarterback.
Was it maybe? But I know, but it counts as a 79-yard touchdown pass. The ball was thrown like 2.5 feet.
I mean, there are worse.
It was
guys
behind the line of scrimmage. The guy catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage, makes a move. There's nobody there, and he's gone down the sideline. So they're on.
Who's the Dolphins' backup quarterback?
It's not relevant.
I'm just asking because I'm curious.
Well, it's not relevant.
Well, it is because I think you're slamming Flacco.
Yeah, I am slamming
Flacco is what he is. He's a backup quarterback, and he's, something happens.
So what does that have to do with the Dolphins' backup QB?
Yeah, that was just.
Yeah, what does one thing have to do with the other?
Well,
let's go over the Bears' backup QBs. I mean, I'm not really sure what the hell the difference is.
One of the better backup quarterbacks, I think, in the NFL.
So is it a competition between the Eagles and the Dolphins, or is it just a commentary on Joe Flacco? I mean, what is going on here?
It's just a random team that
because you lost me there. It wasn't a random team. It wasn't random.
Taking a shot at Flacco, and he's not really a bad backup quarterback.
Oh, he sucks. Sucks.
So you were taking a shot at the Dolphins here? Is that what you were doing? You were you just randomly took on the Dolphins. And Dolphins have to go backup quarterback. It's Jacoby Brissett, isn't it?
So tomorrow, we'll go to today's games, but tomorrow, So tomorrow we have the preseason oddity, right? The preseason oddity of oddity teams is going tomorrow, right? The Ravens, 17 in a row in preseason that they have won. And the money line really isn't that bad on this one. 17 in a row. That is nuts. 17 in a row in any sport at any level of anything is off the chain. But they haven't lost a preseason game since 2014. That's crazy.
Take the Saints.
That's nuts. Anyways, we got the Falcons and the Titans. I think that, to me, is the toughest one on the board. Then we got the Lions and the Bills and the Cowboys and the Cardinals. I know I have two premium picks. I like two of these three better than the others. And, of course, I'll be talking about those on the VIP show. But, when we look at, Dallas last week, they had trouble scoring points. They missed, every field goal that they tried, and except for one. And then they were inside the red zone basically all night and couldn't get in. And then you have Detroit, which, new head coach there, but he's not a new head coach to the NFL, right? This is the least popular head coach hiring since Andrew Gase was hired by the Jets. And Tennessee and Atlanta. Atlanta, statistically, you look at the numbers, they really weren't that bad. They weren't. What do you think of these three games, Brian?
I think early on you're seeing a little bit of pressure on the over here with the Cowboys and Cardinals, but I think the Cowboys are going to continue to struggle to score points. I think the Cardinals, with some of their backup quarterbacks, are going to have trouble putting it in the end zone against the Cowboys team that was embarrassed in the Hall of Fame game. So I see a low-scoring game. I know both games went under last night. I think this one.
Jacoby Brissett is the main backup in my he's way better than Flacco. He's 100 times better than Joe Flacco.
Yeah, he could be a starting.
Yeah, he's way better. I mean,
way
better.
There's not a lot of good backup quarterbacks out there.
Well, Jacoby Brissett.
Brissett is one. Yeah.
It's a nice gig. The Miami backup's a good job, gig.
He might be starting by the end of the year. Who knows?
Might be starting by week 1. Hell knows. But anyway, so the over on which game is it? Falcon?
I'm taking the under in the Cowboys and Cardinals game. I think points are going to be tough to come by in that one.
How about you, Rod? Any of these three?
Yeah, I got one that I really, really love. I'm going to give that one out on the VIP. And the one that I really love here. I like the Cardinals here to whoop up on the Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
I think we're going to get to see Chris Strebler playing for the Cardinals.
Not Strebler.
Back up there. Strebler. Hey, he won a Grey Cup.
Not
he was
Strebler.
playing for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and won himself a nice Grey Cup. And now he gets a chance here to play for the Cardinals. And I'm sure he'll get a good chunk of the playing time in this game. And solid quarterback. And you'll watch. He'll pop out and have a good game. Get the Cardinals a win over these Cowboys.
Every year I say this in this show, and everyone kind of just brushes it off and whatever. It's just something Mitch says every year, but kind of like the best teams in baseball lose, 60 times a year. My football one is half the teams that made the playoffs last year don't make the playoffs this year. And so that means that there'll be 8 new teams in the playoffs. And I think the Cardinals are going to be one of them. 8-8 last season. Not bad. I like their depth. You don't even know about
Strebler's a guy. You love Strebler. I hope he's just a beast. He just has the heart. He's one of those players that just loves to play the game.
Well, Kurt Warner, was a Cardinal.
Yeah, same type of guy. He just loves to play the game. That's why they're giving him a shot.
I think that and they have Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy doesn't actually play. He's just on the team.
He's just on the team.
But we have Colt McCoy. Well, he doesn't actually play games.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia's back with the Patriots as a consultant. The Eagles game went over. Brian, is what people are saying. Did you say it was under?
That's correct. Brain fart.
Yeah, it happens. I think this is all interesting. I think, you have a Buffalo team that was a game away from the Super Bowl last year. Remember they got routed by the Chiefs in that game. It was weird because the Chiefs had when they got to that game against Buffalo, the championship game, the Chiefs had barely won the week before, remember, the playoffs? So, it's hard to remember all these things that happened so long ago. But so what happened was in the first round of the playoffs, the Browns just beat the crap out of the Steelers, right? I mean, they scored like 60 on them. Baker Mayfield, it was like 35-0 in the first 5 minutes. And then they just piled it on them. And they knocked the Steelers right out of the playoffs. And then they went to Kansas City the next week. And me and Bitler both had the points in that one, and we both covered. Brian thought he was Mr. Sharp for that one. Dressed up like a pencil for the show. It's like, this is Mr. Sharp. He's like, he acted like nobody else in the world was on the Browns. It was like, he thought he already was picking fights with me. It's like, I got the Browns too. It's like, we all have the Browns. We all have them. And that's what happened. Remember, it was 22-17. It was tight, man.
Yeah.
Tight.
Well, most of my games are tight.
Most NFL games are tight. Most NFL games land within 5 points. There's no big preseason lines. None. I don't know, man. This Falcons-Titans game just irks me. It's just a tough one. I like the Titans and I don't like the Titans. I think that the Falcons have a better depth chart. A.J. McCarron is a great backup quarterback. He's a lousy starter, but he's a good backup. You think like the Titans kind of have that, the coach of the Titans kind of has that same, like, he takes it a little bit too far, like I'm the boss type thing, Vrabel, like where, and they end up like almost defeating himself, like Doug Peterson did. And like, there's a few other coaches like that, that are kind of just like, I'm the ultimate decision maker, so I can make bad decisions. Because when you look at the personnel on the Titans and you look at Ryan Tannehill, and then, after him, who's not really that good, you have Logan Woodside and Matt Barkley. So something happens to Ryan Tannehill, like he has a normal Ryan Tannehill season, not the outlier season that we saw from him the last 2 years. He goes back to form. What are you going to do?
That's why I think Joe Flacco would be
a nice fit in Tennessee.
He's better.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Woodside got a DUI before minicamp, so I don't know if he's going to even be around.
So did a few of our cappers. No, I'm just kidding. Where's how come he's not on the show? I got a DUI before minicamp.
DUI before minicamp.
We've all had a DUI before minicamp and after minicamp.
Yeah.
Well, that line opened up at +1. Now it's been bet down to -1.
Saved by the fire.
Which one is that?
Falcons opened up as a +1 dog, and now it's been bet -1. So.
I think I gave out the Titans in the video, but I think
I would lean Titans.
I think I'm more on the Falcons though.
Yeah, I think you got to go with the Falcons now. There's no back. I don't know.
I like the backup running back Brian Hill, the third stringer on the Titans. He's good. But so do you think like Julio Jones, at this point in his career, with A.J. Brown, because they got rid of Corey, what was his name? The guy who was the former fourth.
Corey Davis.
Yeah, he was the 4th overall pick out of Western Michigan. Remember?
Drafted by the Browns, and the Browns released him.
Was who?
Browns. I thought Davis was drafted by the Browns.
No, he was drafted by the Titans. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm liking this preseason better than most. That's for sure. Normally, I'm down on preseason, but I'm up on it this year. Anyways, we got baseball going on today and as well. Rod, what are you selling?
Well, it's Steak Friday for me. We went for back-to-back Steak Friday wins since I brought it back since the surgery. So Friday's been treating me good. So jump aboard. I've got 2 MLB and 1 NFL available over at Pick Dogs Premium. Steak Friday.
Damn Vegan Friday. Tofurkey Friday.
Vegan Friday.
Brian.
For me, I got my Sharps Revenge Friday 3-pack. Absolutely one of the worst days of the year yesterday, so ready to bounce back today. Got an NFL play I really like, a baseball dog I really like, all 3 for $40 at PickDogs.com.
Were you on the Yankees?
Nope. Not
Nope.
on the Yankees.
White Sox run line?
You mean yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, I had the White Sox -1.5 yesterday.
Oh, see, I'm a White Sox guy. I took the White Sox straight in that one. Because I knew even before the Yankees took the lead, when they were down by a run, I was like, man, everyone has the run line. I know that feeling. I've known when Liam Hendricks is on the mound, too. I've experienced it. Yeah, it was weird because I took the White Sox as the big favorite on the. They're the biggest favorite I've taken all year. I just liked it straight. Tampa Bay Rays, man. Oof. Nice. I knew they were going to shed that right off, right? That 20 runs. They were mad.
Oh, yeah, mad. Yeah.
Anyways, let's get to today's action. See what's going on out there in Major League Baseball. This is a tough time of year to be a handicapper because as they start to pile it on, it's a lot of information, a lot of games. I'm even doing all these videos. It's difficult.
Yeah, I hate this time of year baseball.
Got Tyler Mahle and Zach Wheeler in Philly. Got Charlie Morton versus TBD in Washington. Mitch Keller and Brett Anderson at PNC Park. And Tyler Alexander and Zach Plesac. Indians, not a nice series against the A's. Brian, you liked the Cubs yesterday, right? In that one? That day game?
I had the Cubs.
Weren't you humping up on the Cubs during the show? What did you think when they went for the 2-point conversion, like late in the game, up by 15? Went for 2. It's like the Cubs are up by 2 touchdowns.
Also had the Rockies yesterday. They got their asses kicked. Any sharp play I took yesterday lost. Any square play I took yesterday lost.
Well, who do you like out of these 4?
I complained all day about it yesterday. I like the Detroit Tigers the best out of that grouping. They've been rock solid at home, 32-25. The only thing I worry about is the Indians coming off that 17-0 loss yesterday.
Yeah, but they had lost a brutal one the game before that, so it didn't really.
The Tigers have been good to me, and they're at home and they're getting plus money. I think they're the play. And the Brewers with Anderson laying minus 200 on the road. Mitch Keller stinks, and the Pirates are terrible. But just out of value, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates for a small wager. I don't think Anderson should be that heavily bet in that big of a field.
So we see this in sports a lot. It's not, we don't see it a lot, obviously, but we see it, every once in a while where a guy's sitting on a record. He's sitting right on breaking the record or accomplishing a milestone. So we got Miggy sitting here on $4.99. It's always better to get it done as fast as possible, right? I mean, to get these things out of the way, because it just seems sometimes they just sit on them, and it's like, oh my, it's like, is he ever going to get it? You think Miggy gets the home run tonight, first game back home?
Maybe when he bats off a Keuchel. I don't know. I'll have to wait a little bit.
Oh, please sex up on him. Come on, get out of here. He gives up home runs every game. Every game. I think he's with his last 9, 1 home run, 2 home runs, 1 home run, 1 home run, 1 home run, 2 home runs.
Well, sometimes the pitcher doesn't want to be that guy because they're going to have to. The film is going to be out there, for the rest of the time.
Look like he doesn't want to be that guy.
The Hall of Fame induction, you're going to be there, throwing up number 500.
Plesac doesn't look like he's going to make it anywhere super to be that guy. So
I love Miggy.
Maybe he's like maybe if I give Miggy the pitch for the home run, I'll be remembered as the guy that pitched to Miggy. Gave him his 500.
I'm a big Miggy guy. Me and Romanelli get into it about this. It's like he'll be here tomorrow. So if Miggy doesn't hit the home run tonight, then me and Romanelli will be getting into it tomorrow, talking about how some other Trey Turner's better player or something. Ridiculous. It's absurd.
I had to be looking at Alexander. The team's 5-0 in his last 5 starts. So
do you think Romanelli's just
I'm
more?
I'm going to take Detroit again.
We'll talk to Romanelli about this tomorrow. But do you think he's more jaded by just not seeing as many games over time and seeing these situations time and time again, and so many all-time greats? You got to figure he's so young. He probably didn't really see Randy Johnson. And he probably didn't see. Greg Maddux, and he didn't see these guys. So when he sees Jacob deGrom, it's like, oh my God, this guy's unbelievable. He's a very good pitcher. But I mean, Randy Johnson, man, was ridiculous. Halladay. It's like, there's been way better pitchers over the last. And I think part of it is also a card collector. So they're kind of in that same fantasy group, the card collectors. Trey Turner's got to be a card collector guy. Probably a fantasy guy, too.
He's saying that Trey Turner's better today than Cabrera is today, not as a career.
What are you talking about?
Trey Turner's better right now today than Cabrera.
What? In what world?
If you're starting a baseball team, I would take Trey Turner right now today than Cabrera. He's over the hill.
If he was so good, he wouldn't be available in the expansion draft. I like the Reds here against the Phillies, and I'm not ashamed to admit it either. Tyler Mahle's one of these guys that, we talk about the Reds pitchers all the time. They're better on the road than they are at home and all that other stuff. Tyler Mahle's that guy. The Phillies, coming off a pretty emotional win yesterday against the Dodgers. We can beat these guys. 1 out of 3 if they throw some backup pitchers against us. We can beat them. I don't know. I think Tyler Mahle and the Reds are feeling it. They're right there too. They're in this thing. The Reds are in this thing. The standings are really interesting right now. The Padres are blowing it. They have nothing. Not Weathers.
I like the under in the Reds and Phillies. I think you get a nice pitchers duel. Malley's pitching well. Wheeler's pitching well. I think you get an under 8.5. Give me the under 8.5. Reds, Phillies. I think like a playoff atmosphere, a little lower.
Steak
A
Friday.
lot of people humping up on that over.
Steak Friday.
Steak Friday.
Where are the Reds in this wild card race? So the Reds are 3.5 behind the Padres. They're 3 in the loss column, 4 in the win column. But the Padres have played 64 home games, and the Reds have only played 58 home games. But the Reds pitchers struggle at home. So the Reds are 4 games over at home. The Padres are 16 over at home. They've got 64 home games, so that leaves them 18 road games. 17 road games left. Or 17 home games left for the Padres, who are 26 and 27 on the road. They've only played 53 road games. So they've got 28 road games coming up for the Padres, where they're 26 and 27. They're super catchable here. The Reds, 3.5 back. I know that was a lot of quick math for everyone, but hopefully it made some sense. Basically, what I'm saying is that you have a team that their remaining schedule, we're down in that territory. So the Padres are 66 and 51. So that means they've played 117 games. There's 162 games in a Major League Baseball schedule. So it's 162 minus 117, which is 45. And then of those 45 games, the Padres have 28 of those are on the road where they have a losing record. So way more than 50% of them are on the road. And then you have the Reds, who have a winning record at home. They have the same record at home as on the road, but they've got the same amount of home games as road games left, and they're on the road this weekend. So they'll be home slanted coming through. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But that's what I'm thinking. As convoluted as it sounds. Meanwhile, the Phillies backs to the wall here. Half game over the Mets, even in the loss column, and a 1 game over the Braves, who really choked one away yesterday.
It's hard to imagine that Wheeler doesn't come out and just control the Reds for 7 innings.
The Reds' bats are swinging away, man.
Yep.
They are swinging. Jonathan India plus 550 for a dinger in this one.
Yeah, because I think they're going to come at a premium. Like the under.
I like
Runs
the
are going to
Reds.
be tough.
I like the Cincinnati Reds. They've been playing in a lot of close, tight games and coming out on the right side. Well, the Phillies haven't been. They've looked like hot diggity dog poop against the Dodgers.
They got lucky last game.
Yeah,
They got lucky yesterday and stole a win.
They didn't get lucky. They won. I didn't have them.
No, I didn't touch that game. Hard to me imagine. It would be hard for me to imagine the Phillies blowing this game.
It was so weird for there to be like that 5-run, blowing of the lead, and then for the team to come back and get the win that I was on the right side of. That's what kind of year it's been. It's like I haven't got too many of those. I screamed out loud. I was excited.
When you get one of those and you're like, oh no, here we go again.
We had guests over. They had 3 kids. I taught them some of the basic sports betting terms and strategy. We went over it. They're 12. It's like 17-3. I'm like, do you know what the technical term for that is? Beat the dog crap out of them. Got the Mets and the Dodgers. Got the Red Sox and the Orioles. Nick Pavetta's a minus 275 pitcher, Brian. Your buddy, Nick P. Minus 275. Dane Dunning against Cole Irvin. Cole Irvin's a minus 190 pitcher on the road. He's 8-10 this season. And I know you can't judge a starting pitcher by his record, but Adbert Alzolay, whew, someone put his record right next to someone beat that record with the ugly stick.
Side. I mean, Alzolay looks like Nolan Ryan compared to Luzardo. Luzardo has a 7.36 ERA over 85 innings pitched. Luzardo's looking really crappy. If the Cubs are ever going to win a game the rest of the year, today's the day. That's my favorite play. I also like the New York Mets. I like the New York Mets at home against the Dodgers. Urias getting heavily bet here. He's no Sandy Koufax. I think the Mets got a little bit of momentum getting 2 W's against the crappy Nationals yesterday. So I like Mets and Cubs.
Tyler McGill's been straight regression mode. Both of his last 2 starts are on the road, though, but straight regression here.
Mets are better at home, play better at home, and I like the Cubbies, number 1, and number 2, the Mets. And if there's going to be a square beatdown, it'll probably be the Red Sox and Oakland A's today. They're probably going to cash for the squares today.
Is your Kershaw shirt on back order?
Yep. Yeah. Al Nino's is sending me over.
Nino's wore the Kershaw shirt. He got blistered. It's like he hasn't worn it since. Man, I'm not going to wear that Kershaw shirt.
I'll be on the drive-thru tonight giving out the Seattle Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays.
Nice promo. Rod, what do you got?
Mm-hmm. Well, for me in this time slot, I'm going to go against the Oakland Rays or Oakland and Cole Irvin on the mound. Dane Dunning, the team's 5-1 in his last 6 starts. I think it's a good spot here to fade Oakland. They're fat and happy, and I think Texas gets them here in this one at home. I like Texas and Dane Dunning have a solid outing. The other one, I'll take a shot here with the Orioles as well. I'm not laying -275 with Nick Pivetta. Yuck. The Orioles actually played better on the road. So
3-7 in the last 10.
I'm going to take the safe way. I'm going to take the +1.5 because I know you get plus money with the +1.5.
I'd
right?
rather go the -1.5 and at least man up. It's not going to be a 1-run game.
It could be a one. Well, yeah, it could
be
a 1-run.
They're going to lose.
I think the Orioles get smoked.
Either you're going to lose or you're going to win big.
This is the time of year where teams like Boston just beats up.
Yeah, they didn't beat up on them yesterday. They're 3-7 in their last 10.
They're 3-7 in the last 10. They're not beating up on anybody.
Well, the Orioles are 2-8 in their last 10, so they're doubly due.
They're doubly due, yeah.
Yeah. This is the season for squares. So,
Brian's tossing in listen to him. He's so defeated after yesterday's Square Fest. Well, it's been the worst week ever, right? Of a bad season. It's like I see more. I've been on Twitter now, right? So I've been out there, so I get to see. I've been missing this whole Twitter community for years. I had no idea what was going on out here. I've always thought it was a strange thing that people could put a picture of a cartoon character and charge money for pics. But I think that what I've seen is that I see so many guys touting the record from this week when it's this is the week that I wouldn't be bragging about winning. This is when 84% of the favorites are hitting, or whatever it is, it's really not the week you want to be bragging about that. It's so I forget to say it, but I mean in my parlay video to say, hey, tell me what your parlay is in the comments, right? I forget to do it every day, but I've been meaning to do it. But a lot of people are putting them. So listen to some of these comments that people say about in their parlay, right? That they leave in the YouTube comments. I mean, these are the type of things that this is where we are. Phillies -1.5, Brewers -1.5, Red Sox -1.5. Let's see. saw a bunch of these like this that were like Brewers Rays parlay, Rays Brewers parlay, Brewers over parlay, Angels money line all day. Who are they playing?
Houston.
Houston, we have a problem. I don't know, man. I'm sick of all this stuff. I'm on the Dodgers here. I'm wearing my Dodger.
You're on the Dodgers.
Yeah,
Oh,
L.A. Dodgers.
talk about.
You know why?
Freaking.
I'm sick and tired of the Mets.
Hey.
Sick of the Mets.
That's your first time you might have taken the Dodgers all year.
I'm just sick of the Mets. I'm sick of them.
This is a spot where you take them at home, plus money dog, team desperate for wins.
It's so done. This team is so
the world humping up
so
on the LA
done.
Dodgers.
The
making
Dodgers
love
look
to the
nice
Dodgers.
in Philly, man. They look good, and they look good there.
I'm sending Rod a Dodgers hat. Just the Dodgers.
Dodgers? What?
Yeah.
Why? I didn't take the Dodgers.
I know.
I didn't take the Phillies yesterday.
I'll tell you what you got to send Rod. You got to send Rod the preseason Baltimore Ravens hat. It should just say Ravens preseason down the side.
Ravens are going to lose tomorrow, so it'll be out.
Because that's what Rod loves, a good bandwagon. 17-0 in the preseason. He'll be clicking the pen.
Come on.
Making the pizza.
Making the pizza.
The Ravens.
I'm the opposite. I'm a bandwagon jumper in the bad teams.
Come on, it's a 17-0 train. It's chugging along. You can't get off of it now.
I'm on the Marlins here too. The Mets are. I mean the Cubs are just pathetic, man.
No,
Pathetic.
no way. Cubs.
There's no chance.
No chance.
And then Hendricks on the mound, and look what they did. He even gave up. He was just like, oh, man, we're done. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I have another meet the ball for you.
Wait, here comes the Adbert Alzolay is way better. He's 4-12.
Alzolay's, if you look at his whip, it's like 1.1.
Okay, who's scoring?
And Luzardo's like 1.66. He almost does 2 per inning.
American League pitcher going to the National League. His numbers are only going to get better.
He might be a good pitcher down the road, but not this year.
American League pitcher in the National League. Generally, they get better. Just throwing it out there and calling it fact.
Cubbies in a layup today.
Cubbies layup. You
How
got
many
the
home run
Twinkies.
pops did we get on Albert Alzolay?
Alzolay.
You got 3 home runs,
Adbert.
2 home runs, 2 home runs,
Alzolay's not that bad.
2 home runs.
He's
2 home runs.
4-12. It's 25%. 25%.
Better than Jesus.
23 home runs.
He's a 25%er there. You're getting plus 106 on your money. It's like, yeah, that's a good bet. I like my pot
1-7
odds.
away this year. 5 ERA.
I got a 25% chance, but I'm getting even money on the payout. It's like, yeah, it's a really good bet.
How do I have a 25% chance? Luzardo's freaking.
2-9 at night is Alzolay. Yikes.
We're arguing about who's the worst team.
Yeah, the Cubs. There's your freebie money right there. Everybody,
no.
there's your free money of the night. Take the Marlins. Easy.
Everybody's humping the Marlins. Although
That's
that's
the freebie of the night. Get on board.
All month, so why not?
Freebie of the night.
Ravens, baby. We got the Twins and the Rays. Michael Pineda. Plus
I'm listening to
144.
something. Yes, that's the sound of the freebie of the night.
We got
Honking the horn outside my house. I'm thinking, am I getting a delivery or something?
No,
got the,
even the guy outside's telling you, hey, freebie of the night.
Did you just say Alzolay again?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Cubs.
Want a hat? I'll bet a hat on that one.
We'll get back to you later about that. Well, let me do some things.
We got the Twins and the Rays, Pineda and McClanahan. We got Jack Flaherty making it back to the mound. A little too late for the Cardinals, I believe. But up against Mike Minor. And then we got Mad Bum up against Blake Snell out in the desert. Any of these 3, Rod?
Those three, I'll take the Rays. I think they beat up on Michael Pinata. I think they smack him around, and he definitely gives up some candy. So we'll take the Rays on that one. I'll take the Rays on the run line. I think they continue their beating down, and they're playing good on the road again. So give me the Rays. Beat up on the Twins.
Twins 50-65, not nearly as bad as it's been. Not nearly as bad.
No, they've been playing a little bit better recently. 6-4 their last 10, but this is where the Rays are. The Rays on the road have just been lights out. I think
what's the odds on Bittler to have the Royals here against the Cardinals?
Pretty good. That was one I was thinking. It was probably pretty good. I'm going to say over 80%.
I think it's a stone cold lock. Brian?
Oh, well, the Cardinals are about as square as I'll tell you, it's hard to decide between the Tampa Bay Rays, who are massively huge square. Astros, it's just a spur fest. But that's how it's been this month. But a gun to my head. I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins here at home. And the one I really like is the Angels at home.
Well, we're not at that one. We're not at that game yet. We're not there yet.
You said that.
We're not there. We're not there.
I'll take the Minnesota Twins here plus money at home. I think the Rays shot their load yesterday. Got a little bit of letdown here. Minnesota catches them off guard. Too many people humping Tampa Bay today.
I like Jack Flaherty, man. I think that if he was pitching for the Cards, it would be a different season for them. I think him and the season that Wainwright's having, those two at the top of the rotation, it would have been a different story. Kim, would have been 3. And, that was kind of what they were counting on. Who knew Gant was going to be that bad? Brian's like, I figured Gant.
First game back from injury is tough to back a pitcher.
Right, it's tough to back him, but, because you don't know how deep he's going to go.
The Royals have been pretty good at home this season. Plus, you look at their earnings for bettors when you bet them at home, and I'm sure you'd be up a nice amount.
So, what percentage of your bankroll are you putting on Jorge Lopez tomorrow against Chris Sale?
I would consider that because you don't know what Sale's going to do.
But Lopez was outstanding last time out.
Sale might only go 3 innings.
Chris Sale throws extremely hard.
Nah, he's been working out. He's been working out for quite a bit now.
What do you think he's going to be?
Minus 250?
Let me see if there's an early line on this. A lot of times lately there's been really early lines on some of this stuff. Let's see what we got on Chris Sale tomorrow. There we go. Anything? Yes, we do. We've got minus 265. It's reasonable.
I see. I was close.
Minus 265.
That's a hot thing. That's a too good to be true play.
It is almost too good. Pavetta's minus 275.
Right.
That's Iceman numbers there.
Plus 1.5. I don't know. I don't like this slot. Maybe the Rays.
He's kidding. How can you not like the Twins here?
Well, Michael Pineda's
Michael Pinata? No, I'm good.
Pineda's not.
No, you go with Michael Pinata.
Because if Pineda's generally the type of guy that they give you, like he normally gets really ridiculous treatment. It's like the fact that they're giving you plus 150 on him is like, man, you don't see that. Pineda's always way overrated. What would Fonzie do? He would hit the thumbs up.
I mean, really, what I should do today, because I should just take Tampa Bay, Oakland, Boston, the Dodgers, every favorite down the line, because that's what's been hitting.
Sure to hit the thumbs up.
Getting frustrated.
Remember, if you catch the show late or if you want to listen to the show on the fly, you can download us at Apple iTunes and Spotify, as well as any of those other podcast channels that they pirate our show on. It's like, really, you're pirating this? It's like, you must really be starving for content. Anyways. Got the Astros and the Angels. And we've got the Astros and the Angels. We've got the Mariners and the Blue Jays. Chris flexing. And Giants and the Rockies. Brian's on Gomber. Rod, who do you got?
He's going to go back to the well again. I'll take the Giants minus 2.5 today. I think they beat the snot out of the Rockies again. Yeah, how can you not? Colorado on the road is just
I think you could take the Rockies plus the 1.5. This is like a spot where I would consider. I would consider it.
No, I'm not doing that. The Giants on the run line are 33-22 at home this year. The Rockies on the road to the run line are 23-33. Oof. No plus 1.5 for you.
Fridays have not been super square lately. Fridays have always been super square. Like I would say from when I started online doing these things up until today, so over the last 14.5 years.
Yesterday.
Friday's always my worst day. And it's always a day that I feel pretty good about. I always feel pretty good when I'm putting my bets in, and I always feel really bad when the games are over.
It's normally the college football on Friday. Is that ACC on Friday nights? Yeah.
It used to be the Mountain West that they had on Friday nights, and those games they always go over.
And then the Ivy League college basketball used to be Fridays.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll have that back again this year. I haven't looked ahead to any college basketball.
Metro Atlantic.
Gotta have the Metro Atlantic. The Horizon is on Fridays. Who doesn't like
For me in that time slot, I'm going to take the Angels with Suarez on the mound. Astros 4-6 last 10. I think Greinke's seen better days. I like the Angels here. Home dog, some bite. I'd like to be on Gomber in the Rockies side. I think Gomber's the better pitcher. But I think the Giants win this game by a run. So I'm not going to touch it.
And to finish mine, I'm taking the Houston Astros. Greinke's nowhere even close to being done. He's pitching better on the road than he does at home this year. And he's faced the Angels twice this year, went 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, both games. I'll take Houston with Greinke on the mound. He's 5-0 on the road this year with a nice 2.67 ERA. He's far from done. The Angels are done with Patrick Sandoval on the mound.
Me and you are opposites.
I'll take the Astros today over the Angels.
We're on the opposite every game, I think.
And I feel good. Making the bets.
Well, we'll see. I guess I'm feeling defeated after yesterday.
So this guy left a comment on my Orioles Red Sox video. I'm just looking at YouTube comments. This guy left a comment. It says, "Picks like this make me think he doesn't care who wins. It's only about the value." It's like, no. It's like, these are my picks. You know, it's like, what? Because I don't pick all the super square favorites? Is that why? It's like, because I don't care who wins. I mean, that's what people said about my Arizona pick yesterday, right? Same crap.
Well, it is about the value. It's not about the...
Well, baseball is about the value. But at the same time, it's like, I don't think that the Red Sox are you know, you have to lay $300 to win $100, or, is good, is worth, I can't say that to do that. I've tried. Maybe in boxing. I was hoping we were going to be able to go over the Spence Pacquiao fight. I'm thinking about getting my friend Rob Peters from the Wild Card Gym on here to talk boxing. He's real good. He was Manny's bodyguard many years. That was all the big fighters. We could get him on. I know he always wants to do shows like this. He used to do them back in the day with me. We'll have to see if we can get him. Find out about this other opponent that Pacquiao's facing now. Spence. Detached retina. Scratched from the fight. I liked Spence in that one. Thought he was just a little too big for Pacquiao. I love boxing. And that's one of the things I miss, the COVID fights. I still have not been off this island, man. Starting to feel it. It's been a while. Anyways, I like the Giants here, but I could see the Rockies at plus 1.5. So it's like it's a non-touch for me, because like I can't bet plus 1.5 unless I'm getting plus money. Is anybody getting plus money at 1.5, Brian?
They should be getting slight plus money. Let me look here.
If it is, then
no.
Then we'll have to go plus.
Oh
2.
No, it's minus 110.
Yeah, because
they don't want you on the Rockies.
Because they don't want you there. Just for that, I'm taking them plus 2.5. It's
I
too
might
good
have
to be
bet
true.
it. I'm adding the Rockies.
Okay.
That's too good to be true.
I think this is a tight one. This Rockies Giants.
Yeah.
I think the Giants probably win. I think that's the tightest game of the day. Watch, it'll be like 17-3.
I mean, why wouldn't anybody want to bet? I mean, minus 1.5 Giants at no juice, man. That's just like they just throwing out the red carpet for you to bet that one. Holy crap.
Anyways. All right. Parlay time. We nailed this show. We're right at 56 minutes and 27 seconds. Nailed it. Nailed it.
So let's finish it off by nailing this parlay.
See what you can do when Romanelli's not here.
We're going to take the Rays on the run line, Astros on the money line, and the under in the Reds game. Parlay those three up.
Brian?
Yep, the Rockies plus 1.5.
What are you stealing my picks?
Yeah, I'm stealing it now, so don't send me.
I'm going to have Rod send you a text.
New York Mets on the money line and the Detroit Tigers money line. I think the Rockies are definitely something you want to go to town on.
I'm taking the Dodgers, the Reds, and what do you think the line's going to be in that Braves game? Probably 250 also, right? Is it out?
Is that what it is?
It's minus 140.
Minus 145. Who could it be for the Nationals? Minus 155, I'm seeing. I'll take the Braves. I like them. Here.
Gray.
Who?
I don't know.
Josiah Gray was originally listed, but I believe he was scratched, and that's why there's no line.
Well, there's no line. Yeah, I just don't see a line.
Josiah Gray yet to get a decision. 4-point-something ERA, right?
Yeah.
All right. Reds, Braves, Dodgers. For me. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make it a great day. Be safe out there. Happy Aloha Friday. And, make it a winning day. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. We're going to do the premium video right now after the show. So stay tuned. Have a great day.